Okay, we're good to go. So, welcome to our very special session today at Elevate Live. If you're brand new to Elevate Live, we've now been broadcasting for 41 straight days throughout this period of global lockdown with the primary purpose to elevate humanity, to transform global consciousness, and to really provide you tools and resources and bring you access to speakers and facilitators who can help you to remain positively uplifted and inspired throughout this period, but also to use the time to reflect on every key area of your life. So every single day we're bringing you live classes like this, live talks, live discussions, and we've been broadcasting now for 41 days with conversations around personal growth, wellness, spirituality, money, business, and bringing you live classes around fitness, yoga, qigong. We've brought you a whole program of events to help you remain uplifted and inspired. So it's great to be here with you again today. Great to be here with David Lusch, who is a certified master teacher at the Tao Academy. He's the author and co-author of an Amazon best-selling book called The Greatest Forgiveness, Bringing Joy and Peace into Your Life with the Power of Unconditional Forgiveness, which is the topic of our session today. He is one of 7 authority Tao teachers based with Master Shah's Academy, bringing you great teachings and great wisdom. So I'm really pleased to have David with us today to bring you a great setup. We were just speaking offline that he has come with the best setup so far. You know, the lockdown setups have often meant that people are speaking from their homes and from their back rooms, but today we're from the studio here with David. So David, a huge welcome to Elevate Live. It's great to be here with you today.
Thank you so much, Dan. I'm happy to be here with you, and so we're going to be in for a very powerful session on the greatest forgiveness. And many people may wonder how forgiveness can really transform their lives, and it's absolutely powerful what forgiveness can really do to bring joy and peace to your life. And this is the Greatest Forgiveness book. I'm honored to be a co-author with Dr. and Master Zhigong Shah, who is a world-renowned teacher, healer, and humanitarian. You know, Master Shah has a background as a Tai Chi, Qigong, Kung Fu grandmaster. He's a master of I Ching and Feng Shui, and he was trained as a doctor of traditional Chinese medicine in China and Canada, received his Western MD in China. And I met Master Shah in June of 2004 in the San Francisco Bay Area, where I have grown up. And I was looking for healing of obsessive compulsive disorder, which is a mental disorder and an anxiety disorder. And I remember very vividly at the age of 10, I was in a restaurant with my mom. And just the day before, there was this young girl who was pulled off the side of the road in the city nearby me and was kidnapped by this man. And it was all over the news. And it, honestly, as a 10-year-old, it was frightening. And I was in a restaurant and I was eating an ice cream cone. And I turned my head, and there I remember on the left side of me on the wall was a sketch by the police of this kidnapper. And I froze, and I just went into like trauma. And my mom told me later I went pale in my face, like I lost all the color. And I threw away my ice cream cone, and I went home and I lied on my bed, just holding my stomach in pain. I remember for hours, and I was just not knowing what was happening inside of me, mentally and emotionally and physically, and it was very painful. And that's when my life changed, and I started to develop fear and worry and anxiety in different aspects of my life, where eventually it led to having these thoughts like you're going to be kidnapped, molested, and killed. And I was driven where the real chemical release of fear and worry and anxiety was rushing through me, where I was searching for a way out of it. I developed rituals. And what happened was I developed compulsions. And I started counting and touching things in the number of 4 or multiples of 4, where quickly it progressed to almost every second of my life. And I didn't tell anyone. And so after a few years, what happened was, because I still got good grades, I was an all-star athlete, you can hide a lot. But at some point you can't hide it. And I was taken to a psychiatrist where I was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder, which is a mental disorder. It's an anxiety disorder, and there's no cure in Western medicine. And so eventually I went on medication, a drug called anafranil. It's a brand name drug. And it had side effects. It stunted my growth. It made me tired all the time. So I slept a lot. And I had dry mouth. So I drank lots of water and consequently went to the bathroom frequently. And so I went through my, high school years, that's grade 9 to 12. I went through university suffering. But after I got on medication, over a 9-month period of time, I stopped the counting and touching. I broke that. A lot of the fear went away. But yet, how I continued to be affected was that if someone said something to me that hurt me or I was upset, it would just spin in my head. And then I would go and have an argument, a confrontation, a disagreement. And what would quickly happen was now you had pain in your relationships. And so with the side effects, with the inability to process and control things inside of me, in my mid-20s, I was getting desperate internally because you live life often searching for happiness and joy and freedom, and you want to have a good time. You want love, you want hope, and you have these dreams, and it's just like sand falling through your hands. It's just falling away. So what do? I went farther in Western medicine than most people ever do with OCD. Yet there's no cure. They just teach you to manage the illness. And with that, I wanted to be healed. So I heard about Master Sha, and I went to this soul healing and enlightenment retreat in June of 2004, and my whole life changed. And I was a skeptical person, okay? Honestly, I didn't just follow anything. And I looked for things that were wrong, but I couldn't find it because Master Sha was teaching universal truths. He was teaching a holistic system, and he taught an empowerment. I have the power to heal myself. You have the power to heal yourself. And together, we have the power to heal the world. And he taught about some golden keys: love, forgiveness, and gratitude. Today's topic is about forgiveness. And he taught us how to heal on all levels of the soul, heart, mind, and body. You say, maybe this sounds too spiritual. Later in this session, I'm going to explain to you the quantum physics way. I'm going to bridge spirituality and quantum physics on a very high level for you on actually how healing works on the information level or the soul level. And so with that, I started to do practices working on all levels of my being, including forgiveness. I received these incredible Tao spiritual blessings, and my life changed. So much anger went away. My relationships were changing. My aggressive car driving vanished. I was a very aggressive driver. And my heart was opening, and I could feel that goodness inside of me starting to pour out more and more and more. And, many people live life like they're eating cookies, right? You have a cookie, and you're happy and fulfilled for 2 or 3 minutes. Now you're looking for the next cookie. So I started to go within myself and look at the things that needed transformation and do my part of the work. Master Sha teaches the source, heaven, the spiritual world does 50%. human being has to do their 50%. So I was empowered with wisdom, teachings, practices, blessings, and more. And after about 7-8 months, I knew I was healed. I went to my psychiatrist. He agreed to take me off medication. Within 1 year, I was off of all medication in June of 2005. And then coming up in this June 2020, it will be 15 years I've been off medication. It's a miracle. Half a year after that, I was healed of hypothyroidism. And my endocrinologist told me I was on a dose so high, my thyroid should have scientifically shut down. It's been in the medium blood range ever since for 14 years. You know, forgiveness was a major part of my life through healing, and now it's a part of my spiritual journey. Because we are made up of soul, heart, mind, and body, or information, energy, matter. And we're meant to live and express on all of these levels. So in this session, the greatest forgiveness, you're going to learn some keys and some practices that were key for my healing journey and tens and hundreds of thousands and millions of people around the world. And you're going to be empowered to walk out of here, and you're going to know how to do forgiveness. And it's very important in this time of the COVID-19 pandemic, as so many people around the world are suffering in so many ways, right? It's not only the people who've contracted the coronavirus, it's their families. It's the people who are shut down, locked down, sheltered in place, where, you know, you're seeing all kinds of issues. People with OCD and other mental illness, they're suffering even more. You know, domestic violence in some places are on the rise. Millions and millions and millions of people around the world are losing their jobs. People's financial securities, worries, fears, anxieties, sadness, and more are escalating. So how can we handle it when we don't have tools? If we only operate in what we know and what we've been doing, we're only going to get what we're getting. So we need tools that work on the deeper layers of our beings, that go to the root, in order to transform, to feel better, to process what's going on, to clean it out, clear it out, and bring some more love and light in. And forgiveness is a golden key for that. So I'm going to put up some slides for you here. I'm going to walk you through the what, the why, and the how of the greatest forgiveness. So cultures all around the world, you know, have talked about forgiveness. And they have talked in different ways, you know, religions and more and more. You're probably saying, yeah, I know about forgiveness, and I understand that. I felt that way too. I was raised Catholic. But what I've learned is many people do forgiveness from a very intellectual mind level, and it doesn't go deep enough. So you're going to learn how to do it from the heart and the soul. And, you know, forgiveness is not a new teaching, but what I find about Master Sha's way is it brings you to depths and layers where you can actually do it and achieve it. So this is one of Master Sha's one-sentence secrets. Forgiveness brings inner joy and inner peace. And the greatest forgiveness is unconditional forgiveness. To forgive others completely without any conditions or expectations. It's to let go of all kinds of negativity, whether it's anger, fear, worry, anxiety, depression, vengefulness, victimization. You know, when you're a victim, you give all your power away because it's not your fault. If you want to transform, you have to be empowered, and that's to take accountability and responsibility, including for anything that's happening in your life, whether you view it as fair or unfair. You know, a sense of injustice, you know, shame, guilt, and so much more. And the greatest forgiveness brings forgiveness to yourself and to others. And that's a very important key. It's a very important key to understand that many people's concepts of forgiveness it can be good, but it may be on the shallow laters. And so people say, but I'm a forgiving person. So I'm just going to give you some examples I've learned over the years teaching in, countries around the world, whether it's the US, Canada, of course, many countries in Europe, Australia, wherever it may be, people have common themes and it will show up in their language. So people will say things such as, I forgave him or her. He or she just has what's coming to them. That's not forgiveness. That's called, I want to feel good about myself, but revenge. Or people will say, I'll forgive you when. I'll forgive you if. I'll forgive you, but. Those all carry conditions and expectations. Or some people will say, you hurt me. And they'll say, so what? You did it to me a few weeks ago. So many people have learned to live eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth, right? They learn, you make fun of me, I make fun of you. You hit me, I hit you. And whether you call it payback, ultimately it's revenge. And ultimately everyone's going to suffer. When this occurs, you're actually making yourself sick in many, many ways. So what is the significance of greatest forgiveness? One, it removes and transforms blockages, challenges, disasters, bothering, suffering, and all kinds of negativity in every aspect of your life. And forgiveness can transform every aspect of your life, including boosting your energy, your vitality, your immunity, and your stamina. Healing your spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies. Preventing sickness. It can transform your relationships, your finances, your business, and it can increase wisdom and intelligence in your soul, heart, mind, and body. Open your spiritual channels. It leads you to the enlightenment of your soul, heart, mind, and body. Greatest forgiveness. Now there's some keys here, okay? It must come from the deepest levels of your soul, heart, mind, and body, and the key of your heart and soul. It has layers. It's an ongoing daily practice and way of life. And if you think of like an onion, you have a layer. It starts to stink. You peel one layer, maybe it feels pretty fresh for a little while. It will stink. You have to peel layer after layer. So with many of the deep-rooted pains from childhood, from your teenage years, or even recent, you might have to go very deep on many, many, many levels. Now, think about how if someone says something to you as a child or teenager, those one hurtful words can stay with you your whole life. But think about the way you talk to yourself. There's many people, they walk around, they say, my knee is killing me, my back is killing me. You're sending a dark death message to yourself again and again. Yet, if someone says one thing to you, it can cause great trauma. So forgiveness is on many, many layers. It opens the mind, heart, and soul. It's one of the golden keys. And it is the key to bring love, peace, and harmony. The more forgiveness practice you do, the more flourishing you can experience in every aspect of life. What happens when you do not forgive? There's actually all kinds of scientific research studies on forgiveness and gratitude. And maybe some of these qualities people could often feel are weak or, not important. You're not strong enough in life or whatever mindsets people have. And I'm just going to bring one up. Now, when you go to the Greatest Forgiveness book website, which we'll give to you at the end here on a link, you'll actually find more research studies. But this study was done by, Kyle R. Rasmussen, Madeline Stackhouse, Susan Boone, Carly Comstock, Rachel Ross. It's called the meta-analytic connections between forgiveness and health, the moderating effects of forgiveness-related distinctions. And so this study explored the associations between health and forgiveness with a total sample of 26,043 participants, testing a number of potential factors that could alter the association, including the type of forgiveness measure, the type of health measure, and the target of forgiveness. The results found the reliable overall association between forgiveness and health outcomes. The association was stronger for psychological health than for physical health, though associations with cardiovascular health indicators such as heart rate and blood pressure were robust. The study concludes that findings provided Study concludes that findings provide considerable support to current theorizing about the health benefits of forgiveness. They conclude it's plausible that forgiveness might improve psychological health and reduce cardiovascular stress. And there's other stories that show you the impact on the mental, emotional, and the physical bodies as well. Ancient sayings, it's amazing how much ancient wisdom, from thousands of years ago, predict what science says now, because science always follows the truth, the spiritual wisdom. Ancient saying, before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves, because you're going to kill yourself in the process as well. Whether it's you have a heart attack, you have heart disease, whether you have mental challenges and more. And the root causes of challenges in every aspect of life, health, relationships, finance, business, and more, are the spiritual blockages, and we're going to go into that. And challenges in any aspect of life are due to negative Shen, Qi, Jing. You're like, what's Shen, Qi, Jing? So as you can see right here, Shen, Qi, Jing is Chinese words used in traditional Chinese medicine and ancient Tao teaching. Shen includes soul, heart, mind. Qi is energy. Jing is the matter. In Tao science, which is written by Master Zhigang Sha and Dr. Rulin Shu, the soul is the content or the information. The heart is the receiver. Mind is the processor. Energy is the actioner or the mover. And the matter is the transformer. So in summary, soul is the content of the information in everyone and everything. Heart includes the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual heart. The spiritual heart is the receiver of the information in everyone and everything. The mind is the processor of the information. Energy is the ability to do the work, such as lifting a weight, and it is the actioner in everyone and everything. And the matter is the physical reality. It's everything we can observe and measure, whether it's weight, length, height, charge, mass, electrical field, shape, color, frequency, and other physical properties and quantities. Matter is the transformer of everyone and everything. And so soul directs heart, heart directs mind, mind directs energy, energy directs matter. So I'm going to give you some real life examples of how this works, okay? If you fall and you hit your head, you have pain. Pain is a sign of too much energy in the space. Space is around the cells. So what happens is the energy accumulates in that area, and the blood goes there, and you have bruising and swelling. So Western medicine works on matter, the biochemical changes on a cellular level. And so they'll give you pills, they'll give you surgery or more to adjust the matter. Traditional Chinese medicine understands the secret that energy directs matter. So they give you acupuncture, they give you herbs, they give you massage to direct the energy to move the energy in the body, which then will move the matter, the blood, and it will adjust. This is a 5,000-year secret of traditional Chinese medicine. But it's natural in life, right? I used to be a personal trainer. So if you do a bicep curl, what happens? Energy moves. You're moving the muscle. The blood goes to the muscle and it pumps, right? Energy directs matter. But mind directs energy. This is a meditation secret. How many scientific research studies on Tai Chi, Qigong, which are active forms of meditation, or mindfulness meditation or other forms that could be a more passive form of meditation that shows the power and the abilities of the mind to affect the physical, the mental, and the emotional bodies. That's mind over matter, positive thinking, affirmations, vision boards, and more. Mind directs energy. Science has proven that as well. But then we get to the heart. And in quantum physics, they've learned, traditional science and quantum physics, they have issues because traditional science, they want everything predictable, and quantum physics brings in the objective and the subjective. But in quantum physics, they have these machines, these detectors, and they learn two very interesting things. One, the quality of the machine, and two, where you direct the machine determines the information it can receive. So what that means is where you direct your heart and the quality and the purity of your heart determines the information you receive. So if you have a loving, forgiving, compassionate heart, you're going to have that in your mind. However, if you have a greedy, jealous, selfish heart, you're going to have that in your mind as well because the heart directs the mind. And the soul's the essence. The soul is this content of your information, the record. And so if you have positive information or negative information created through your thoughts, speech, and actions within you, this is your creation manifestation pathway. I don't have time to teach you everything, You can find us, mastershadaocenter.co.uk or drsha.com. You can learn more. But what's in your soul, your spiritual, your information, your warehouse is what's going to manifest in your life. Every sickness challenge is due to negative information, energy, matter, or Shen Qi Jing blockages. Whether it's cancer, disease, like OCD, relationship challenges, finance, business. What is in you will flow through this pathway of Shen Qi and Jing, soul, heart, mind, energy, matter, or information, energy, matter, and manifest in your world. If it's in you and you resonate with it, it can appear, whether you think it's external or not. Therefore, forgiveness will help you to release and transform your blockages and your suffering. So what's important to also understand about Shen Qi Jing is it's a vibrational field. That's what the field is in quantum physics. And everyone and everything is a field. And the field carries the information, energy, and matter. I want to emphasize that. Human beings, buildings, neighborhoods, cities, countries, and more have their own fields. When one is healthy, happy, and successful in any aspect of life, that aspect carries a positive vibrational field. When one is sick or has a disaster, has a negative field. So what you need to understand, in essence, soul blockages are the spiritual blockages. Your unpleasant record of services in your thought, speech, and actions. Heart blockages include all impurities, selfishness, greed, desire, unworthiness, and more. Mind blockages are negative mindsets, attitudes, beliefs, as well as ego and attachments. Energy blockages are in the spaces in the body around the cells, the chakras, the organs, and more. Matter blockages are inside the cells, and all these blockages flow through and create all kinds of challenges. Therefore, it doesn't matter what part of your life, this is universal wisdom. It applies to everyone and everything. If you want to transform your life in one sentence, transform the negative information energy matter to positive information energy matter. Or heal and transform the soul first. Then the healing and transformation of the heart, mind, and body will follow, and every aspect of life will follow. So how do you offer the greatest forgiveness? You know, Martin Luther King Jr. said, forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a permanent attitude. So practicing unconditional forgiveness has two major sides. One, you have to ask for forgiveness. Two, you have to offer forgiveness. And it's important to understand that both include the process of forgiving yourself. Because when you ask, you're being loving and kind to them and yourself. When you offer, you're doing the same. And in one sentence, the greatest forgiveness can be summarized very simply, as you're going to learn in the book. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Well, two kinds of forgiveness practice include conscious, dedicated practice and practice in the moment when things are coming up, like someone spills coffee on you, get angry, someone driving the road cuts you off. Yeah, and we have techniques we're going to show you. But what I want to share with you is many people practice the forgiveness from the mind. Okay? They count score. You know, they say, well, they did it to me, so now it's fair and right. They didn't come home on time, so who cares if I come home on time? They didn't call me, so I'm just going to do whatever I want. So people unconsciously and sometimes consciously are operating out of forms of revenge. And if you want to go for revenge, remember, you're going to build two graves. You're going to dig two graves. You're going to bury them. You're going to bury yourself, whether you realize it or not. People who are angry, worried, fearful, people who cannot let things go, suffer. And they have all kinds of health challenges and more. And they become bitter. And they're unhappy in life. You know, the purpose of life is to serve others, to make them healthier, happier, uplifted, and enlightened. And when you can take a service-oriented practice to your life, as well as to forgiveness, you can really make some changes, and you can heal and transform in some very powerful ways. What's important to understand is that person is also hurt. And maybe they come out in the form of bullying. Maybe they use anger, maybe power, control, you know, jealousy, all the human stuff, all the human issues. At the end of the day, they're suffering and they don't want to feel the way they do inside. And you're suffering and you don't want to feel the way you do inside, just like I didn't want to with OCD. And if we can remember that, and we can remember that if this is happening in my life, there's something inside my soul, heart, mind, and body, my Shen Qi Jing, my information, energy, matter. There's something in my field that's negative that has resonated with this to bring it in my life. There's something within me that needs healing and transformation. Because when you go to point the finger, remember, there's three fingers pointing back at you. It's never just one person. We're all involved. Maybe it's 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-100. Maybe it's 99-1. But that 1% can grow into huge disasters if you allow it. How many people had issues in relationships that if they would have just talked about it and forgave each other 7 years before, would not have grown into a divorce. Therefore, forgiveness is a key to remove all your inner blockages and pollution. And it's key to heal and transform your life. And if you think you're being soft and weak, you're actually being strong. Right? Lao Tzu, the author of the Tao Te Ching, taught wisdom. And he taught a lot about humility. And some of the qualities of humanity, that soft and weak do not fight, forge ahead vigorously. If you look at a hard rock, the water drops on it, bounces off. But over a long time, it will drill a hole in the rock. Love melts all blockages and transforms all life. Forgiveness brings inner joy and inner peace. If you want to free yourself, you're going to need to let it all go. And forgiveness is a key. So how you're going to do it? We're going to do a practice right now. Everyone, sit up straight. Keep your back away from the chair. And you're going to learn how to do some of what's in this book, Greatest Forgiveness. I do invite you to pick it up on Amazon. It is an Amazon bestseller. And it will teach you even more techniques about Tao calligraphy. Yeah? You can see a calligraphy here. Also, right over here, you can see a Tao calligraphy I wrote. Master Sha is an incredible calligraphy master. Appointed as an honorary professor at one of the biggest national art, biggest universities in China, as well as appointed as a national calligraphy master. Why? Because he created a calligraphy that can offer healing and transformation. So we're going to use 5 of the 6 power techniques. Sit up straight. Put one hand below your navel. Put one hand on your heart. Put your feet flat on the ground. This is body power. Close your eyes and breathe abdomen. This is breath power. Breathe in and out at your natural pace. Your full capacity, and everyone is different. So just breathe in and out. And for mind power, we're going to focus on just either a health condition or a relationship, okay? You choose. If you have knee pain or you have something that's bothering you, whatever it is, whether it's a relationship or a health issue, let's put a scale to it. 0 to 10. 0 being no pain, discomfort, bothering, irritation, anger, whatever. 10 being the worst. Just feel what you're going to work on and put a number to it, and we'll check in. And afterwards, you may say it increased or it stayed the same. I say congratulations in all instances. One practice generally isn't enough of forgiveness. We often need, many, many times. I have students in, different places like Germany. I remember one student hadn't talked to their mom or father, well, which one, I don't remember, 25, 27 years. They did forgiveness practice over many months. You can do it on the soul level. All of a sudden, they just talk like it's normal again. Nothing ever happened. I had another student also in Germany, 7 years didn't talk to their mom. Right away, everything normal again. Forgiveness can heal and transform chasms and wounds you never thought was possible. You have to be willing to let it go. So forgiveness is amazing. So you have your number, and I want you to visualize in your lower abdomen golden light flowing from the universe to you, to the part of your body and everything connected to it. Because often physical pain is related to some type of spiritual blockages. Everything's on the spiritual level. Because everything has information. And see the light washing it, and see it in the perfect, healthy, happy condition. So that's mind power. Now, soul power, information power is to say hello, to invoke our self-healing and transformation, self-healing power, as well as to invoke the universe and your belief system, whatever you believe, to heal and transform you. Because the universe has a positive field, a higher vibrational field. They can transform your negative fields in your sickness, disease. So repeat after me. Dear my soul, heart, mind, and body, and dear the soul, heart, mind, body of, and you're going to say like the relationship with so-and-so, or my knee pain, my diabetes, my migraines, or whatever it may be. I love you. You have the power to heal and transform yourself. Do a good job. Thank you. Dear the ultimate source and creator, and you can use whatever name you have for it in your belief system. If you say, I don't believe in it, you say, dear the universe. Fine. Dear heaven, dear the earth. We're flexible here. We're not teaching you religion. We teach you Tao, the universal laws and principles that govern everyone and everything, like Shen Qi Jing, or information, energy, matter. Tao, the way of all life. We're not teaching you Taoism, okay? Keep your religion. Dear the greatest forgiveness, I love you. Will you please heal and transform me and my, say the same area, relationship with so-and-so, my knees, or whatever you chose. I am very grateful. Thank you. And then you're going to address, dear the soul, heart, mind, body of. Say the relationship like Sally or Bob or Muhammad or Amit or Sunil or Arti or Dan or whoever. Or everything connected to my knee pain, my diabetes, my migraines, whatever you've chosen. I love you. I sincerely apologize and ask for your unconditional forgiveness for all the mistakes my ancestors and I have made against you in all our lifetimes. Please forgive us. Thank you. And dear the soul, heart, mind, and body of everyone and everything connected to, my relationship, whatever you chose, diabetes, whatever, that have harmed my ancestors and me. I love you. I unconditionally forgive you all. Thank you. And sound power is special mantra, vibrational sounds, healing mantras. We repeat, we receive that frequency. If you sing a sad love song, you feel sad. You sing a happy song, you're happy. You chant forgiveness mantra, you receive, you offer forgiveness. And just repeat with me and go deep in your heart and soul. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Go deeper. Let it all go. Repeat from your heart and soul. Go deeper. Repeat with love, care, kindness, compassion, forgiveness from the depth of your being. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Open your mind, heart, and soul more. Go deeper. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Silently repeat. Allow and see the golden light flowing into you. See the light from the universe washing through every part of your being. See it pouring into your abdomen, washing every part of your life, of your spiritual journey, of this issue. See it in the perfect, healthy, calm, peaceful condition. Experience the inner joy, freedom. Let it all go. Just silently say, I let it all go. And now repeat out loud with me. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Go deeper. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace and harmony. Pour your heart and soul into it. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Feel the joy and freedom of forgiveness. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you unconditionally. You forgive me unconditionally. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Silently repeat. Feel the love. Feel the joy. Feel the inner peace. And now check in with yourself. Check in with how you're feeling. On a 0 to 10 scale, 10 worse, 0 being no pain, you had a number before. Choose and put that number there again. All right? And we'll close this practice with thank you, thank you, thank you, love you, love you, love you. Open your eyes, smile, move your body around a little. You know, this is how you can do forgiveness practice. And you can do it every day the rest of your life. You know, the soul power is working on the information level, the soul and the heart level. Of course, it works on all levels. The root's in the soul. If you want to get a weed out of the ground, you have to get it out at the root. If you really want to forgive, you want to heal and transform, you got to go to the root of the negative information on the soul level. To really get out, mind over matter is not enough. You have to do soul over matter. That's what we're empowering you with here. You know, mind power work on the mind level. Body power work on energy and matter. Sound power works on all levels. Sound vibrates your cells. Sound will gather power, spiritual blessings from the universe. Breathing power works on, you know, the body, the energy and the matter as well. Of course, mind too, concentration. It's very, very powerful. So forgiveness is a golden key to unlock healing and transformation for your life and your spiritual journey. You know, I remember this story. We were at an event with Master Sha, and he was, you know, we were being guided to do forgiveness practice with each other. And there were 2 students, and they were in front of everyone. And they had conflict. And each one was explaining, you know, what happened and why it was wrong, how the other hurt them. And after like 10 minutes, Master Sha said, you know, very kindly, lovingly, he said, there's too much talking here. You know, the more you explain, the farther you are from forgiveness. It's very simple. I forgive you. You forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. It really is that simple. If you truly go deep within your heart and soul, you can let things go much more. You hold on to it, it will affect your health, your relationships, your finance, business more. If you open your heart and soul, you just let it all go, you can experience incredible joy and freedom. So we're going to put back up here some resources for you that you can learn more, and you can be empowered to continue your forgiveness journey with us. So as you can see, so this book, Greatest Forgiveness, Bring Joy and Peace to Your Life with the Power of Unconditional Forgiveness, an Amazon bestseller. You know, pick it up on Amazon as well as the website. Go to drsha.com, /files/greatest forgiveness, and the Master Sha Dao Center in London, mastershadaocenter.co.uk. You can find us, drsha.com, mastershadaocenter.co.uk. Okay, everyone, Greatest Forgiveness on Amazon. So this is really the greatest forgiveness. Please, it's backed by medical research. It makes common sense. Ultimately, if you want to be healthier, happier, and more successful, having a daily forgiveness practice in the morning, in the moment, a conscious one where you sit down like this and do it before you go to bed at night to clear out all the junk, will help you to be, live a better life, to achieve your dreams, because you truly want to be the best you can be. And because you are interested in cultivating and developing yourself further, Greatest Forgiveness is a major tool to do so. And always remember, I have the power to heal myself. You have the power to heal yourself. Together, we have the power to heal the world. Let us join our hearts, our souls together to create a world of love, peace, and harmony. So thank you so much from my heart and soul.
Thank you, David. Thank you for a powerful session. Deeply powerful experience as well. It's interesting. I went through the exercise myself as you were talking, and I found that I actually used knee pain because I've been dealing with some knee pain, and I went from 7 to 4 in that process. And you can probably see the sunlight coming in. When I started this broadcast, it was dull here where I'm broadcasting from, and literally as you were speaking, you feel the light shining into you. Quite literally, the sun came out and shone into the room here, so really magnified the experience for me. So on a personal note, I think forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools that we can have in terms of our own liberation, in terms of our own ascension, into our own ability to tap into our soul. And what I personally took from that session in particular as well was also the sense of asking forgiveness for yourself and for the forgiveness of other people. And for many, we can take responsibility for our own actions, and this is an opportunity for us to seek forgiveness for those actions, as well as those times where we may want to forgive other people for their actions. So I felt that was a really, really powerful session, and I want to thank you for such a deep and comprehensive process and a wonderful practical session to finish. So for those of you who joined us partly through the session, this has been recorded and it's going to be available to you in full at the Elevate Live platform, which you'll find at elevatedaily.co. The links that David kindly shared at the end there will also be available for you within the Elevate Live platform. You'll just simply need to go to this talk and you'll find those links embedded within the talk platform. So I want to extend my thanks once more, David, for an absolutely wonderful session. and I really do appreciate the time you've given us today, and a really, really powerful and interactive session.
Thank you, Dan. It's been a pleasure to be here, and it's incredible knee pain from 7 to 4. And you actually demonstrate the scientific research right there. It's very, very powerful, and it's been an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who is with us live. I really appreciate you being here. Thanks to those who are left here with us in the room. Anastasia, Harsha, Kritika, Mariana, thanks for staying right to the end. I really appreciate that. And everyone who is with us on Facebook Live, I do appreciate you being here. And again, for those watching the replay, I really do hope you enjoyed this session, and encourage you to continue to share the Elevate Live broadcast so that more people can benefit from trainings like this. We've got a whole program of events. We have been live now for 41 days straight. We've got over 75 sessions recorded, over 100 hours of content for you to enjoy, just like this, where you can take part in powerful sessions. So please do go check that out. Go and check out the replay. Watch this back again in full and take plenty of notes. You'll have a really powerful experience once more. So thank you once more, David. It's been a real pleasure. Namaste to you, and I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you.